Another guy that I love that I watched covering the Hawks a lot was Cam Reddish. Love Cam coming out of Duke. He didn't have a whole lot of opportunities. He had big moments, but when you're playing with Zion and RJ, you're another 5-star recruit that kind of falls in the third area. Um, you trade, you get RJ, you give Atlanta a first round pick, and RJ, what's up with RJ and Tom Thibodeau? What's the issue? Why he's not seeing a lot of playing time, and do you see him seeing the floor a lot, especially after giving up a first round pick to go get him? What's the status for him going in the year? I think this is year 4 or 5 for him. Four.
Yeah, year 4 for Cam. It's a good question. They asked Cam the question and he couldn't even answer. They were like, "Do you know what your role is on this team?" And he was like, "That's a great question. No."
Apparently, I play basketball.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Because we're a very deep team. And two, like when Cam came in last year, we gave up the first round pick, heavily protected first round pick, and now all of a sudden that a couple unprotected picks got traded around. Everybody pretends the protected picks have zero value, but we gave him a pick, got Cam Reddish, and he didn't get in the rotation immediately, but then he started to work his way in there. We had a couple injuries, COVID was going on, and he started to play pretty well. He got into a rhythm, but then he fell, hurt his shoulder, and he was out for the year. Yeah. So there's only so much you can do there. And so now, going into this season, it doesn't seem like he's slated to get a lot of playing time. We've got Evan Fournier there. We got Quentin Grimes, who they like a lot and who I love. We got RJ, who's going to get at least 34 minutes at that wing. And so it's going to be tough for him, barring like injury or something like that, if he gets that opportunity. But even last night, like Quentin Grimes was out last night for the first preseason game. And so everybody was excited, like, okay, Cam's going to get a chance today. Let's see what he shows. He looked good. He's a really great defender. Like, I think that, he's got like the length for it. He moves his feet well. He's in the right places, and he seems to be prioritizing it because he knows he needs it to get on the floor. So he's got his hands in the passing lane. He's running out in transition. I love having him on the floor. I would even like to use him as a backup 4 kind of thing in spots. Like, I think that he has the size and length to be able to play the 4 next to a larger 5, which we have. But he got hurt. He sprained his ankle. Didn't come back in the second half. And so that, I feel like, we see that happen where guys sometimes, like when it's time to get their opportunity, they get injured. And the best ability is availability. And so when he's about to get that opportunity, if he can't be on the floor, it's going to be tough for him to carve out a role in the rotation, unfortunately, because I love Cam. I'd like to see him. Like, yeah, you trade a first round pick for a guy. I'd like to see him on the floor.
I think the biggest mistake that when players go out and they say, what's your role? And it says, I don't know. You're not even a basketball player if you say that. Number one, your role is to go out there and do whatever is needed. You don't say, my role is to go out there and do what's needed to win ball games. When a guy says he don't know, to me, that's the stupidest thing ever. It's like your role is to go out there. Oh, you need defense? That's my role. Oh, you need offense? That's my role. You go out there and you play basketball. That's your role. For a guy to say, oh, I don't know, that lets me know right there that he is, he's trying to have some tell him what to do. Go out there and do your job, which is to play basketball as hard as you can, as smart as you can. And that's your role.